Hello and welcome back to Transport Fever 2. Thank you very much for joining me in this episode and this video. It has been about a week since the last episode, as we have one of these, I think it's General Cross engines, just passed by pulling some Pullman wagons on the way out of Memphis. Last time out we did have that ride along this very route here, going from Norwalk through let me get this right, Concord, Memphis, Clearwater, and ending at Newport News. In this episode, we are going to be using the money that I've been accumulating for quite a while now. I think I have about 25 million, and we're going to be putting it to good use by starting to build the next set of routes, passenger routes that is, and show you the plans for what's going where and how things are going to run. There's going to be station changes, there's going to be brand new railways laid out, there's going to be a lot going on, so make sure you guys stay tuned, and I'll get on with showing you guys the planning first, and then we'll get on with building the... where should we build out of? I think we'll build out of Miami. I think that's what I want to do. I'll build out of Miami, so let's go. Okay, so here we are in Miami. That was a really high-pitched okay, but whatever. We're in Miami right now, and as you can see, we have a very industrial city right now. We've got a fair amount of housing, but this city is highly industrial. There's a lot of factories around. There's a lot going on. Of course, a lot of oil being used here. Not so much in the way of food. That's why we don't have a massive amount of these commercial buildings, which we need to work on, and we are certainly going to work on. But I want to start pushing the passengers, which means I want to start pushing the number of residents up. And the way we're going to do that is we're going to get Miami, which is about to become my capital city, or has now become my capital city, connected up to various different cities. We are going to, of course, we've got to have this Laredo connection into Miami. Now, I'm not 100% certain whether I want to do railways or not there, but I think it might be useful, so we could just do a railway out that way. That I'm sure that will be absolutely fine. But what we're going to do is we're going to have a number of routes coming out from Miami. The first route we're going to have, in fact, I've decided now that this is going to be connected via the railways or via the railways. What we're going to do is we're going to do Miami over to Oceanside. From Oceanside, we're going to be going up to Concord. So we're going to go Oceanside, down here, into Concord somehow. We're going to figure something out there. Perhaps join up onto this line here or something. Or maybe have another mission with a bridge over here. So we're going to go to Concord. Then from Concord, we're going to run it all the way down, as we have, down to Newport News, where we have our terminus. The second line that we're going to run, let's go right back up to Miami. We're going to be running Miami to... Now this is going to be the interesting one. How do I do this one? Yeah, so we're going to go Miami, New Orleans, Baltimore, and then from Baltimore we're going to come across to Norwalk, and then we're going to go Concord, Memphis, Clearwater, Newport News, this route. The difference between the two routes is that second route, Miami all the way down and along here, is going to be running every station. It's going to be calling at every station, whilst the one going through Oceanside shall only be calling at Miami, Oceanside, Concord, and Newport News. So it's going to miss Memphis and Clearwater, and it's going to completely ignore Norwalk anyway. So this one's going to be a shorter journey, but then it's going to come all the way down. The next route we're going to have after that is we're going to go Miami, New Orleans, and then from New Orleans we're actually going to peel off this way and go Springfield, Huntsville, and I don't know whether I should risk this sort of tight curve to McAllen, and then Reno, and then down to New Haven. That's going to be the next one. And after New Haven, I'm not also 100% certain whether I should bring this across and into Newport News again. So essentially we have Miami having been the starting point for all of them, and Newport News being the ending point. So that is the third route that we're going to have. The other route that we could potentially try and do is we could go Miami, New Orleans, Baltimore, McAllen, Reno, New Haven, and then potentially Newport News. That's the other possibility. We've also got the possibility of going New Orleans Miami, and bringing it out of here and immediately going around over this way across to Port St. Lucie, then Springfield, Huntsville, Reno, and New Haven. Now that might be a possibility as well. So if we do that route along there, and then we do this route going that way, that route going this way, and then lastly we're going to have one going Laredo, Miami, and then from here I'm not too sure. I think that one should connect up to the slower lines. So we'll have some express lines, some non-express lines. As a matter of fact, what we could do is we could go Miami, Baltimore, how do we do this? Baltimore, McAllen, and then New Haven. There we go. That could be a possibility. So people could get on board, but what about people who want to go to Reno to McAllen? I need to work on those, but that is the idea. Now, for all of that to happen, I know that I've woefully misjudged this. This here is not going to work. It's just too much going on. It's just too cramped. I need at least 5 platforms here dedicated for passengers, which is what I'm going to do now. So right now we're going to get these passenger platforms, these dedicated platforms set up, ready for us to go. Now the way I'm going to do that is by, first of all, moving this entire thing backwards. We need to move this back. We need to build up some space for this. So that's something we're going to do. However, in order to do that, we need to be careful over here, because we're going to lose a bunch of fuel. And of course that money that we're earning, I mean now we're over 26 million, we need to be quite careful of. But we are going to try this right now. So we're going to pause it and give it a go. Alright. That was a stupid move. Connect you up first. Yes. Now get rid of that. Okay. So we're going to have a complaint. That's absolutely fine. Absolutely fine. Let's go ahead and configure this. And we're going to start demolishing various parts. Right. Okay, there we go. Now, the way I'm thinking of doing this is having 5 individual platforms with 5 trains. That's my thought process on this. Why? Just because I feel like it. I want this to be different. So we're going to have a platform like that, then we'll have a railway. So we're going to put a track in. Then we're going to have we're going to have to pull this back anyway. Then we're going to have a platform like so. I mean, this is probably very, very inefficient, but I want to do this. Then we'll have a railway, another platform. So right now we've got 3 trains that can pull in. Then we'll have another railway. That's 4. Now how do I do this one? And should I do the same thing? Yeah, let's do the same thing. That's 5. There's the line for the 5th. Is this just woeful? It is. I will 100% admit this is a terrible, terrible idea. No, nobody has to tell me that. I know very well that this is a terrible idea. After that, we are going to stick in cargo platforms. Like so. How many are we going to put? 2. Just for now. And as you can see, it's not too bad overall. It could have been worse. It's not too bad at all. I will stick this over here. We're going to really build this part of the station up. It's going to be an important part of the station. This cargo area. Actually. I'm just thinking whether it's possible to... Maybe this was badly thought out. Maybe this was very badly thought out. I mean, it would be nice to have each one on its individual platforms, but now that I'm thinking about it, it's probably a bad idea. So what we will do is we will have... So what we'll do this like that. Okay. Then we'll do one in the middle. Yeah, we'll have that. We'll have one in the middle. So that can be one line, platform, and then we'll have that. Okay, so we'll have that there, platform, that there. This platform's in the wrong place. There we go. Could we leave that separate like that? I suppose we could. In a way. Wouldn't look too horrible. As a matter of fact, hey look. Cargo platform. 1, 2, 3 cargo lines now. I think that is more than reasonable. Okay. Cargo buildings. As we said, perhaps we should just keep this kind of small actually. What's a U? You're one of those. Wait, what's up? Yep, thank you. And then we'll put... Could we stick 2 of those in? Or do we do that? I think that looks quite reasonable. It's a very large station, but I think it looks fairly reasonable. There are 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And we have a possibility of 1 route, 2 routes, 3 routes, 4 routes, 5 routes. 5 routes, 5 stations. 5 platforms. I think that's going to work. Okay. Now what we're going to do, it's kind of important, is press escape. And then we're going to go ahead and demolish that. Bring this back and route that into this first one here. That's where we're going to route it in, at least for now. Where is it? There it is. Alright, what do you do to the path? You actually do nothing of consequence to the path. That's what the path would do otherwise. You just bring it down and smooth it out, which I am more than happy with. Take it. Okay. Is that still going to give us problems? Miami fuel, what's going on here? Miami exchange. There we go. How's that? Okay. You, I know, have got problems, but we're about to fix those issues. What we now need to do is we need to level the terrain. Like so. Enough to pop a road in. That's probably not as level as we wish to make it. Come on. Where's the level tool? There it is. That's the one we need. That tells us everything we need to know. Okay. So that's roughly our level terrain. That's not looking too bad. It's not looking too bad at all. We shall then put in a medium street, which happily connects to said station, like so. Maybe give it a slight distance. I'll just give it a little bit of a distance. There we go. That will do nicely. Stick that in. We'll then connect this up to this road. Slight bump, which is absolutely fine. We'll bring this road along. See, how are you looking? That's also going to be most likely fine. Yep, we can deal with that. And then we shall stick this right back in. How do I do that? Modular truck station, there it is. And it shall sit on this corner for all to see. This is where it shall be. And we shall have it as 20 meters long. And for now, it shall first of all be straightened up. This is a bit. There we go. For 140k, Miami Annex is back in. Okay. So now this station is complete. Let's play this, ensure that everything is okay. And nothing's gone a bit weird. Alright, that's picked up 47 fuel. Absolutely fine. We've lost all the fuel that was here. Where are you lot going? Alright. Apparently you guys come in from here and then leave and go straight back out that way. Is there a possibility for me to move this into... What do you supply? You supply oil again, don't you? There's a lot of fuel available. Well, I guess it covers almost all of it, so it doesn't really matter. Okay, that's fine. Let's have a look. So the train should be coming back in, which it is. We've spent about, I think that was about 500,000 we spent, which is not bad at all. Not bad whatsoever. Let's see. In it comes. Hopefully this all pans out exactly as it should. I mean, it's slightly longer now. The distance to travel is just slightly longer, but not by much. Let's just see though. I think it's worked because that's now where it should be. Okay. we'll let that get on to whatever it needs to do and guess, just continue. We've got our bus station here. Perhaps I should start the bus route up. Should start the Miami bus route up. Start to, sort of getting people used to what's about to happen. I think we should. No, we'll do that in the next episode. Right now, we're now going to look at this and try and figure out where other stations are going to go. So the first one I do want to get done is the Oceanside route into Concord. No, that's a lie. I want to get the Norwalk route into Concord done first. That's this one here. Okay, so what we need to do is figure out where to put a station in New Orleans. And I think here is going to be a perfect spot for a train station. So that's where I'm going to put it. Now, the size of this station, that's going to be interesting. 80 meters? Sure. The size of this station is going to be very interesting. Is it supposed to be 80 meters? It is 80 meters. I'll repeat myself for the third time. The size of the station is going to be really important. And the reason being is that this station will determine how many routes can safely pass through. Whether they are express routes or stopping services. Now, given that we're going to have a route, we're going to have one route coming out from Miami destined for Norwalk coming out of this. We're going to have another route destined to go this way. That might be an express route. So we need an express line. That's 2 at least. We might have a third peeling off towards Springfield. Are we going to have a third peeling off towards Springfield? I'm still sort of on the fence for that one. I am on the fence for the Springfield one. I suppose we should, because then maybe we could do a Santa Ana to Reno route. That's probably what we should do. Santa Ana to Reno, and then if it goes to Springfield, if you want to go to Santa Ana, you have to sort of go up, go back up the route. So you have to take the train down to Springfield, and then, I mean, it's a bit rubbish. It is quite rubbish, but I'm going to go for 4. So let's start with 4 of these. Train station. I said I was going to put it there, but now I'm looking at this. What if there's somewhere else to put it? Somewhere that doesn't cost me millions. What's about here? I mean, it gives us space to expand. We'll just demolish that single house, single commercial building. It does give us space to expand. I'm not against that. I think we should do that. Right, okay. Streets. Continue the street down, please. Like so. And just throw a station in. Perfect. Okay, next station on the list. Baltimore. That's going to be an interesting station, given where Norwalk Station is. Right, you know what? Norwalk Station is going to move. I've decided Norwalk Station is going to end up here. How that's going to loop around... Oh, that's got plenty of room to loop around. Norwalk Station is going to end up here. That's going to become a freight station for... Oh. Let's have a look. Steel made there. Where else? Okay. I think this is a good route. Look. Logs to there. That to that. Those tools back down to Norwalk. And up here to Marietta, where we could probably somehow figure out how to get some tools up there. That's going to work. So that is going to become a freight station that loops off in that direction, whilst Norwalk's primary passenger station ends up over here. With that being said, I wish to demolish this and set up the passenger station like so. End of the road thing? No. We're going to... I like having passenger stations that's a sort of... Actually... Okay. Can I keep that straight for as long as possible? Sort of. Okay, that will do. I like having passenger stations that sit on the side like that. Oh no, you don't. Go away. Right. Who's beeping me? Beeping me. Horse-drawn streetcar. Hello. And a Baldwin Class 56 280 config. Okay. Four tracks. Going through Norwalk. Who's going through Norwalk? One line. One line goes through Norwalk and it stops there. Therefore, we only need 2. As far as I know, we only need 2. If we need 4, I'm sure we can build further up from there. I'm going to demolish you as well. Going to then level this area out. That wasn't the right button, was it? Level this area out. Flatten it, not level it. Then figure out how this track's going to go across. And that's where we're going to end it for this video. In fact, a track going across is really easy. Fine. Track across then, please. There we go. Well, that was a piece of cake. Slight bump, but nobody minds slight bumps. Does that mean I could just essentially just route this onto... I could as well. I can literally just route that up like so. And it's not going to be any problem. And we could just continue as we were over here. We're going to have to move the... I mean, we'll probably have to move the bus station over here. Or get rid of that bus station, just put a new bus station here. But... I mean, that's works, and with that, I'm going to end this episode. Also, I am going to do though is, given that this is the station we were working on, I'll pause that right there and take a picture of it. I do quite fancy the 55mm camera today. How does a 55mm camera look? Pretty spectacular, actually. If I can get everything in quite nicely. I think the 55mm camera does spectacularly. Or should I say the 55mm lens. That's where I'm going to end it. Thank you very much for watching. Please remember to hit the like button if you like this video. Subscribe to the channel for more videos on Transport Fever 2 to continue seeing this build. Leave a comment in the comments box below letting me know what you think. Don't forget to support me on Patreon, www.patreon.com/ecgadget. Your support would be massively appreciated. It would really help me out. And also you can find me on social media at ecgadgetlp for both Twitter and Instagram. That's all from me. That's all for episode 14 of Transport Fever 2 Series 1. And I'll see you guys next time.